You know, Elon Musk doesn't just build companies. He builds everything from a core philosophy. And today, we're going to crack open that blueprint. We've dug deep into his recent conversation with Nikhil Kamath to pull out the essential principles he uses to shape the future and, how you can apply them too. Let's get right into it.
Okay, so this one idea right here, it's the engine behind absolutely everything Musk does, from SpaceX to X. He believes that our single most important job as a species is to get better at asking those really big, fundamental questions about reality. And that whole pursuit, well, that's the foundation of his entire vision.
So to really get why he builds what he builds, you first have to understand his ultimate goal. And believe me, it's not about quarterly earnings. It's a really deep, philosophical drive to push all of humanity toward its next big step. For Musk, the whole meaning of life thing isn't some unanswerable riddle. He sees a really clear purpose: to expand the scope and scale of our collective consciousness. The goal is to get smart enough, together, to even know what questions we should be asking about the universe in the first place.
He sees this as a totally natural progression. I mean, think about it. A single cell can't do a whole lot, but a human with 30 times trillion cells can think and create. But even one human can't build a spaceship. A group can, right? Every single step up in scale unlocks brand new abilities. This idea, scaling our collective intelligence, that's the key to his entire playbook.
Okay, so with that grand vision in mind, how on earth does a social media platform fit in? Well, for Musk, it's actually a crucial tool for humanity.
So Musk looked at Twitter and saw his critical tool for global communication, but he believed it was drifting way too far politically, mostly influenced by its San Francisco roots. So his intervention wasn't just a business move, it was really an attempt to pull the platform back to the center into what he sees as a more neutral global town square.
But getting the political balance right is just the starting point. His real ambition for X is to create a true collective consciousness for humanity, a single place where ideas can just flow freely all across the globe, with tools like automatic translation finally breaking down the language barriers that have kept us apart for centuries.
And this really highlights the core difference in his approach. He's not interested in creating the most addictive dopamine hijacking video feed. He actually calls that a mind virus. The goal is so much deeper. It's about creating a tool to help all of humanity think and communicate together on a global scale.
Now, this vision of a hyper-connected, intelligent future, well, it leads directly to his most radical prediction: a world completely, totally transformed by the explosive growth of AI and robotics.
Now, this isn't just some fun thought experiment for Musk. He genuinely believes we're right on the cusp of a future where an absolute explosion in AI and robotic production will make work, as we know it, completely unnecessary.
And get this, he even puts a timeline on it. Within 10 to 15, maybe 20 years, work will become a choice. It'll be like a hobby. You can do it if you find it fulfilling, the same way some people choose to grow their own vegetables today, even though they could just buy them at the store.
And if that happens, it just creates this cascade of radical effects. I mean, think beyond universal basic income. Musk is predicting universal high income. This would lead to massive deflation because the production of goods and services would just blow past any money supply. And eventually, money itself could become totally obsolete, with energy being the only true currency that matters.
Now, if that future sounds a little radical, well, it's rooted in an even more mind-bending idea about the nature of our current reality.
Musk lays out a simple, pretty logical argument for this. Just look at the progress of video games in only 50 years. We went from Pong to photorealistic worlds. So just project that progress forward. Pretty soon we'll be able to create simulated realities that you literally can't tell apart from our own, and there'll be billions of them. So, what are the odds that we just happen to be in the one single base reality versus one of the billions of simulations? Statistically, it's way more likely we're in a simulation.
But this isn't just a philosophical game for him, it directly informs his actions. He theorizes that simulations probably get shut down when they become uninteresting. So from a survival perspective, this means the most interesting outcomes are the most probable ones, which means our mission should be to make our reality as compelling and interesting as we possibly can.
So, after exploring consciousness and simulations, what's the practical advice for anyone who wants to build things like today? Let's bring it all home and look at the key takeaways.
His advice just cuts through all the noise. It's not about chasing trends, it's about fundamental principles. Be a Swiss Army knife. Focus on utility. Forge new ideas with intense hard work. Build great teams, and just aim to contribute more value than you consume.
If you do that, he says, the money just becomes a natural byproduct, not the goal itself.
And that really is the final takeaway, isn't it? After exploring the cosmos and the future of work and the nature of reality itself, Musk's message boils down to a simple, incredibly powerful call to action. His philosophy isn't about just passively observing, it's a challenge. In a universe of infinite possibilities, what useful thing will you contribute?